There is nobody in the NBA like LaMelo Ball. He is one of the most unique basketball players I've ever seen, from his rise in high school to his path to the NBA to the way he plays in the NBA. He is truly one of one. And while he has dealt with injuries these past few seasons, whenever he does play, he's one of the best point guards in the NBA. The numbers back that up, and the tape is even better. He's an artist with the basketball in his hands, and in this video I want to talk about what makes him such a special player. But before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. If you enjoy basketball, I think you're going to enjoy my content, and doing all of those things are the best way to let YouTube, but more importantly, myself, know that you enjoy the content so I can make more of it in the future. Anyways, let's talk about LaMelo Ball. While LaMelo has never been an elite rim presser threat, he has shown improvement over the last couple of seasons. Last season, in the 33 games he did play, he shot a career high 56.4% at the rim, on a career high 6.4 attempts per game, as well as at the time his best mark at 4.7 free throw attempts per game. While the numbers are down this season, it still is encouraging. 54.7% at the rim on 5.7 attempts per game, with a career high 5.3 free throw attempts per game. Again, these numbers aren't elite, but it is significant improvement compared to his first few years in the league. He has very good touch around the basket. He's very good at finishing around defenders with his body control and flexibility, and while he does struggle with physicality still, I have noticed the fact that he's leveraging his frame to allow him to draw contact more. He doesn't have this big bulky frame, he's pretty skinny, and because of that he's more susceptible to contact, and he's showing some of the signs that we see with the Trae Youngs and Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders of the world. Even if it's not on that level, it is the same process. Rim pressure is incredibly valuable for offensive engines. I've said it too many times to count now. And while LaMelo isn't elite at it, I do think he has some legit growth. I think he's proving to be an effective one. And combined with everything else in this game, I do see a world where it is good enough to be this high-level offensive engine that I think he already is. The other area within the arc that is really impressive with LaMelo is his floater range. He shoots 47.2%, which is a career high on 4.6 non-rim 2-point attempts per game, also a career high. He has solid mid-range ability, but his range on the floaters is what's truly special. He can take floaters from the free throw line, which in theory is not a good shot to take for almost any other NBA player, but it is a good shot for him because it works, and that's what makes him so hard to guard. With most guards, the finishing range starts within 5 to 8 feet. With LaMelo, that extends to 15 to 18 feet. And it's also why I think he doesn't need to be Ja Morant or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the rim to be an offensive engine, because he has this superpower in his game. Being a solid rim scorer that's good at drawing contact, combined with an elite floater game that has range that extends to legit mid-range areas of the court, is valuable, and it's not something most NBA players are doing. LaMelo has a combination of shooting touch and height at 6'7" that makes this possible, and it's also what makes him so special. It's so unconventional, yet it works at a high level, and allows him to get the results that other stars do, even if the process is different. I think LaMelo is one of the most underrated shooters in the NBA. 35.6% on 12.5 attempts per game this season. It may seem average, but because of how high the volume is and the degree of difficulty on his shots, I think that's pretty good, and historically he's a pretty good shooter as well, career 37.2% on 8 attempts per game. But what makes LaMelo so special is, first of all, how complete of a three-point shooter he really is. He's not just taking a bunch of shots on the ball. He can shoot off movement, he can shoot off a standstill, he can be an on-bounce guy, he can be somebody that makes those plays with the basketball in his hands, but also can play off the ball as well. And I think that's very underrated when it comes to an aspect of his game. But what is really what stands out to me is how comfortable he is in any shooting scenario and how he's able to shoot from any shot pocket. He goes against every shooting fundamental. It can be the angle of his shot prep or the pocket itself. He can hit the shot regardless, which is unreal. He kind of does whatever he wants as a shooter, and even though it shouldn't work, it does, and it works at a high level. It's insane because conventional thinking tells you that being a good shooter is about consistency with the process. LaMelo looks at that way of thinking and laughs. It's not to say all of his mechanics are different. I think that there is some consistency with the upper body mechanics, but he's an elite shooter despite how inconsistent the lower mechanics are. Off 1 foot, off 2 feet, fading away, stepping back, off his back foot, leaning forward. He tries whatever he wants, and most of the time it works. And I can't say that about another player in the NBA. While the assist numbers are down, 6.7 per game is the lowest since his rookie season. It takes like 5 seconds of watching LaMelo play to know how special of a playmaker he is. High field player, vision is among the best in the NBA, one of the 5 best pass manipulators in the league in my opinion. He understands his scoring gravity perfectly, and he knows how to leverage it to his will. He's a threat to make a pass from any spot on the court. He knows that and uses it to keep defenses on their heels, weaponizing that unpredictability to his advantage. He does things that even other elite playmakers wouldn't even think of trying, and it works. To give you an idea of how special of a playmaker he is, his biggest flaw as a playmaker is he will throw a pass too early, and there will be a turnover because he sees what's going to happen too early and anticipates it, but he speeds up the process. That's the type of playmaker we are talking about. Not only is he an elite playmaker in the game today, he's one of the most gifted playmakers I've ever seen. From the vision to the creativity and feel, how he has that handle to maximize what he does as a playmaker. He's elite in the half court and transition, has the scoring ability to maximize his playmaking, and his understanding of his ability to be a playmaker is incredible. The best playmakers are the ones that know how great they are, know what they do that scares defenses, and completely uses them to their advantage. And that's what LaMelo does. LaMelo Ball is one of the best point guards in the NBA. He's also one of the most unique players in the NBA. On the surface, he checks off the boxes you look for in an elite point guard, high-level scorer and a high-level playmaker. But then beneath the surface, you see one of the most unique players in recent memory. Floater range that extends to conventional mid-range areas of the court, an ability to go against every conventional jump shot process and mechanic and still be an elite shooter, the ability to weaponize unpredictability combined with elite playmaking traits and unmatched creativity to manipulate defenses at what I consider a generational level, and I don't say that lightly. LaMelo has always been a unique and special talent since he started playing basketball. He's gone from this rising freshman playing with his brothers to a high-volume shot chucker to a more conventional point guard role. He's played all over the globe, and I think his unique path is why he's such a unique player. He's gotten to be the main scorer. He's gotten to be the main playmaker. He's gotten reps where he can do whatever he wants. He's gotten reps where he's been more limited in what he can do. And because of that, we're seeing everything he's learned over the years and how he applies that to be this unique player. That does things that really don't make sense. That's been the story of LaMelo Ball, a story of a unique development process and basketball journey that's led to one of the most unique players the NBA has seen in recent memory. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. If you enjoy basketball, I really think you're going to enjoy my content. And doing all those things are the best way to let YouTube, but again, more importantly myself, know that you enjoy the content so I can make more of it in the future. Let me know what you think about LaMelo Ball. Do you think he's unique, or do you think that he's like every other point guard? What do you like about his game? Where does he rank among point guards and players in the NBA for you? How good do you think this Hornets core could potentially be? I'd love to hear all of that in the comment section below. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.